My name is Dominique Johnson. I am currently a med tech supervisor. I have been in the nursing field for 14 years. I want to work for Favorite Healthcare Staffing because I've always wanted to be a travel agent once I got my LPN degree. And I felt that when I read the job description that all the criteria and all the requirements met the needs of the job that I was actually looking for. I found out about the job at healthcare staffing on Indeed.com, which is where I went and applied for the application for the position. Something on my resume. Something on my resume that reaches out that is important to me is that I've been in the healthcare field for 14 years, and I've worked as a CNA. I've worked in nursing home, skilled facilities. I worked in assisted living. I've also did hospice care. I've did home care, and I love what I do. And that is on my resume. I love what I do. Being that my experience has been 14 years, I love what I do. So on my resume, saying that I love what I do, I really do love what I do, and that is one of the biggest things on my resume that sticks out. What I'm looking for in this job, I am looking to gain companionship. I'm looking to gain with whoever I may come in contact with during this travel agent journey. I want to be able to be a bright person in their situation in their life. When they call me, when they know that they can call on me, the nurse, that they're going to be well taken care of. And I'm looking for this job because I was currently a med tech and I went to school to actually be a LPN. So this is why I'm actually looking for a different job, because I want to better my career, not just for me, but also for my two boys. And LPN was my number one thing. I didn't do it when I finished high school, but as I got older, I just knew that once I got into the LPN program and passed everything, that the LPN program was going to be the better career of a different job for me. So that's why I'm focusing on this job now, because this is the biggest job, of one of the jobs that I've always wanted to have. I feel that Favorite Healthcare Staffing should hire me because I have excellent communication skills. I love what I do. I love to help others in any circumstances when they feel that there's no one else to help them. Whatever the job may contain, I have the skills for it. I have the demeanor for it. I'm ready for it. I see myself in 5 years actually extending my career to go on and to become an RN for the betterness of my boys. And I just want to expand my healthcare career. That's my main priority. I always wanted to be a nurse. I want to expand my healthcare career. A conflict that I once had in my job came from one of my residents. Dealing with a medication. The example of the medication, the particular resident was out of the medication once I came to work on a Monday, and I could not give the resident that particular medication because it was not in the facility. The resident got very angry with me and told me that previously the last employee from the day before, gave her a medication borrowed it from another resident. I explained to her that I could not do that, that would put me in trouble, and that the person that did that should not have did that, because that is not what we do. If the medication is not in the building, we are supposed to handle that situation as soon as possible. So the resident got very ill with me and got real out of hand, so I had to take it to my supervisor. There was a big commodity and there was a big conflict with it. She called her daughter, and the daughter was nasty, and my supervisor explained to her that it should have never went that way with that medication. Her medication should never been low. She should have never been out, and it should have never been borrowed. And that particular resident, I never had a problem with her, but that day the conflict was heated and the conflict was high. She apologized. I apologized for not being able to give her that medication that day. My dream job is to actually be a RN. I know that I can go further into probably being a doctor, but a RN is one of my biggest jobs. I've always wanted to be in the nursing field, but being an RN is one of my biggest jobs I've always dreamed of. What I expect out of my team and my coworkers, I expect that teamwork. Teamwork is a dream work. Without teamwork, there is nothing. Honesty. If I can give honesty and I can give loyalty towards my team and my coworkers, I want that in return. But teamwork is the number one thing. You got to have teamwork in any job that you're in. What I expect out of my managers. I expect that we all are to be treated equally. No one needs to be showing favoritism to the next one because this one has been here this many years or this one is just starting. Honesty and everyone being treated equally is the number thing that I want out of my manager, is for everyone to be treated equally. How do I deal with stress? I deal with stress listening to music. Listening to music is my stress reliever. That is one of the biggest stress relievers I've had over the years. Listening to music gets me through any stressful situation. And when I don't have music, I pray. Listening to music is the number one thing that relieves me and get me through stress. The first 30 days in my position would look like for me a go-getter. I'm trying to make the best out of the 30 days to make sure this is what I want. This is where I want to be. I want to make it the best, not just for me, but to whoever I come in contact with. I want it to be the best. I want to go above and beyond. I want them to see that I'm going above and beyond, that I really want this job, that this job is really for me. So in my first 30 days, I am going to be a go-getter with this position. My salary desires, I'm not big on salary desires because what I do is what I love to do. But when it comes to salary desires, and as an LPN, my salary desire is $20 or higher as an LPN. I could settle for 18 to higher, but no more than 18. But my salary desire is, that's the second thing that's best. But my first thing is I'm big on being that helper. But my number one salary desire will be $18 to $20 per hour. Do I have any questions? At this moment, I don't have any questions. But if there was a time that I would have any questions, I will point it out. But at this moment, I do not have any questions.